In the tranquil village of Yamazaki, where time seemed to flow as gently as the river that wound its way through the fields, Akiko sat by her loom, the clack of its wooden frame resonating like a heartbeat in the stillness. Her fingers moved, with practiced grace, threading silk into kimonos that captured the essence of her unspoken yearning. Each weave was a whisper, a secret confided to the gentle winds. Taro, the village elder, watched her with eyes that had seen many seasons. He sat nearby, his presence a comforting shadow in the afternoon light. "Do you hear the whispers, Taro-san?" Akiko asked, her voice barely above a murmur, yet it carried the weight of longing. Taro smiled, a gentle curve that seemed to hold the wisdom of the years. "They are the voices of the past," he replied, his voice as soft as the breeze that stirred the cherry blossoms, their fragrance mingling with the aroma of earth and sky. Akiko paused, her gaze drifting from the loom to the sky beyond the open window, where the clouds drifted lazily, painting shadows on the mountains. "Sometimes I wonder if they are trying to tell me something," she mused, her hands resuming their dance over the threads, each movement purposeful, each color chosen with care. The old man nodded, leaning back against the wooden beam of the porch. "The past often speaks to us, Akiko-chan, but its language is one of memories and dreams," he said, his gaze following hers to the distant horizon, where the sun began its descent. "You must listen with your heart." The loom's rhythm was a steady accompaniment to their conversation, each beat a reminder of time's passage. Akiko's thoughts wandered to Hiroshi, the echoes of his laughter still lingering in the corners of her mind like the phantom fragrance of wildflowers. "Do you think they can hear us, Taro-san?" she asked, her voice tinged with a wistfulness that matched the golden hue of the late afternoon sun. "Those who have gone before?" Taro's eyes twinkled with a knowing light, as if he held the secrets of the universe in his gentle grasp. "Perhaps. But I believe they speak through our hearts, guiding us with their love," he answered, his words a balm to the ache within her. Isiwaus. The sun dipped below the mountains, casting a warm glow upon the village. Akiko continued her weaving, a tapestry not just of silk and thread, but of hope and the enduring connection to those lost yet cherished. The sun dips beneath the horizon, casting the village in hues of twilight. Akiko strolls to the riverbank, her steps deliberate on the path lined with stones smoothed by time. She pauses at the water's edge where the moon's reflection flutters like the wings of a dragonfly, lending the night an ethereal glow. The air is rich with the scent of incense, a fragrance that wraps around her like a gentle embrace. "Do you walk with me, Hiroshi?" she murmurs softly, her words dissolving in the rustle of leaves overhead. The cherry trees sway, their blossoms, whispering secrets only the wind can carry. Suddenly, a melody, faint yet familiar, drifts through the night air, a tune Hiroshi often hummed while they sat beneath the cherry boughs. Akiko's heart quickens, her senses piqued by the ghostly echo. She turns, eyes scanning the shadows, seeking the source of the haunting refrain. But the night remains silent, save for the soft symphony of nature, as if the world itself breathed softly around her. Her fingers brush against the delicate petals that have fallen like snow upon the ground, each one a memory, a fragment of a story once full and vibrant. "Are you near, Hiroshi?" Her voice trembles, a fragile thread that binds her to the past. A gentle breeze stirs the branches, sending a shower of petals swirling in the air like confetti, celebrating a distant joy. Akiko watches them dance, her breath catching at their fleeting beauty. She sinks to her knees, feeling the cool earth beneath her, anchoring her to the present moment. Her reflection stares back from the water, a mirror of her yearning heart. "Why do you linger in these shadows, Akiko?" The words are unspoken, woven into the night by her own thoughts. She closes her eyes, allowing the melody to wrap around her like a silken shroud. A lingering moment passes before she rises, the river offering its gentle song as she stands once more. She gazes across the water, the moonlight painting a path of silver that stretches into the unknown. "I will carry you with me," she whispers, her resolve as firm as the stones beneath her feet. With a final glance at the water, Akiko turns back toward the village, her steps leading her away from the river's edge. The echoes of Hiroshi's melody fade into the night, yet in her heart the song continues, a promise and a blessing intertwined. As she walks, the shadows of the cherry trees embrace her, their silent companionship a comfort in the solitude of the evening. The first snow of winter descends softly upon the tranquil village, each flake a whisper from the heavens. Akiko's loom sings a familiar song, the threads weaving a kimono of pristine white, a silent echo of her unspoken grief. Taro, with his ancient wisdom, watches her with gentle eyes. "Such beauty in your hands, Akiko-chan, yet your heart seems burdened," Taro observes, his voice as tender as the snowfall. Akiko pauses, her fingers caressing the silk with a lover's touch. "This kimono, it is for Hiroshi," she admits, her voice a quiet tremor. "He always loved the purity of snow." Taro nods knowingly, his gaze fixed on the flurries outside. Winter's embrace can be harsh, but spring will come, Akiko-chan. She lifts her eyes to meet his, a flicker of hope mingling with doubt. "Spring feels distant, Taro-san, as if hidden behind the mountains." He places a reassuring hand on her shoulder, its warmth a bridge over the chasm of her sorrow. The mountains are steadfast, yet even they yield to spring's touch, trust in the seasons. Akiko resumes her weaving, the loom's rhythm a balm to her weary soul. Outside, the village lies cloaked in white, each roof and pathway a canvas for the sky's delicate artistry. The snow is beautiful, yet it conceals much, she muses, glancing toward the horizon. Taro smiles, an understanding crinkle forming at the corners of his eyes. It conceals, but also preserves. Under its blanket, life does not cease, Akiko-chan. It merely sleeps, awaiting renewal. She listens, the truth of his words resonating within her. "Do you believe, Taro-san?" she asks softly, her heart teetering on the edge of belief and despair. He chuckles, a sound as comforting as the crackle of a hearth. "I believe in the cycles of life, in the promise of the sun, and in the strength of those who endure." Akiko nods, though her gaze remains on the snowy panorama, her thoughts drifting like the silent flakes. Perhaps I will find my spring," she whispers, the words a tentative vow. Taro's hand lingers a moment longer, a steady anchor. "You will, child. You will." The loom clacks on, a steadfast companion in her journey, as Akiko's heart navigates the fragile landscape of hope and memory. The first snow continues to fall, each flake a testament to both the chill and the promise of time's gentle passage. The village buzzed with the anticipation of the festival, lanterns swaying gently in the breeze like the soft rise and fall of breaths in slumber. Akiko stood at the edge of the festivities, her heart a silent observer to the laughter and merriment that enveloped her surroundings. She watched as the villagers adorned the trees with ribbons, their colors a vibrant tapestry against the evening. Sky. Suddenly, Sakura, the young girl with eyes as bright as the lanterns above, bounded towards her, her feet barely touching the ground. In her hands she carried a garland of cherry blossoms, the petals delicate as whispered secrets. "Dance with us, Akiko-san," she implored, her voice a melody of innocence and joy. Akiko hesitated, her mind a tumult of past and present, each memory a thread in the fabric of her heart. "I don't know, Sakura-chan." Her voice wavered as if caught between the weight of recollection and the lightness of the laughter surrounding her. Sakura's laughter bubbled forth, a balm to Akiko's weary spirit. "But you must. The music waits for no one," she insisted, her small hands tugging gently at Akiko's sleeves, her determination unwavering. Akiko's eyes softened, the edges of her sorrow blurring under the warmth of Sakura's insistence. "Very well," she conceded, a smile ghosting her lips as she allowed herself to be pulled into the throng of villagers, their energy a river into which she was gladly swept. The music began, a gentle pulse that threaded through the air, weaving its way into Akiko's soul. She found herself swaying to its rhythm, her movements tentative at first, then more assured as the beat resonated with a forgotten part of her heart. Around her, the villagers danced, their joy a living tapestry of unity and celebration. Sakura beamed, clapping her hands in delight as she twirled with the other children, her laughter mingling with the music like the harmony of a brook in spring. "See, Akiko-san? Isn't it wonderful?" she exclaimed, her cheeks flushed with happiness. Akiko nodded, her gaze lifting to the lanterns that glowed above, their light a gentle reminder of the stars that watched over them all. "Yes," she replied softly, her voice carrying on the wind. "It's beautiful." And for a moment, the shadows of her past fell away, leaving only the present, vibrant and alive. In that moment, Akiko felt a shift within her, a subtle lightness that hinted at the possibility of healing. The world moved around her in a dance of life and loss, and for the first time, she allowed herself to be carried by its rhythm, enfolding herself in its embrace. The sun dipped low, painting the mountains in hues of gold and amber, as if nature itself sought to soothe the aching hearts beneath its gaze. Akiko stood at the edge of the village, her eyes tracing the craggy peaks, each shadow a whisper of time's passage. Her heart ached with 1,000 unsaid words, a tapestry of memories both cherished and mourned. The soft crunch of footsteps on the path behind her did not go unnoticed. Akiko turned to find Yuki, the wandering monk, his presence as serene as a still pond. His robes fluttered in the gentle breeze, a quiet harmony with the rustling leaves. "Akiko-san," Yuki began, his voice a soothing murmur that wrapped around her like a gentle embrace. "The mountains. They have stood for centuries." Akiko nodded, her gaze drawn back to the peaks. "Yet even they change," she replied softly, echoing his unspoken truth. Yuki stepped closer, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of one who has seen much and judged little. "It is the nature of all things to change," he said, his words lingering in the air like the scent of pine. "We too must adapt, must embrace the impermanence that life offers." Akiko sighed, the weight of her sorrow pressing heavily upon her. "But how? How does one let go of something so precious?" Her voice wavered, a fragile thread on the edge of breaking. Yuki paused, a thoughtful silence stretching between them. "By recognizing that holding on too tightly can sometimes mean losing the very essence of what we cherish," he replied, his gaze steady, unwavering. She turned to him, her eyes searching his for answers only the heart could provide. "And if the heart refuses to let go?" Yuki smiled gently, a warmth in his eyes that spoke of understanding beyond words. "Then perhaps it is not about letting go, but about carrying forward, allowing the love to transform, to become part of the journey." Akiko closed her eyes, the monk's words weaving through her thoughts, unspooling the tangled threads of her grief. "I want to remember, and yet the memories are both a comfort and a burden." "The mountains remember," Yuki said softly, gesturing to the ancient giants. "They carry the scars of time, but also the beauty of each sunrise. So too can we." Akiko breathed deeply, the crisp air filling her lungs, a tentative peace settling over her. The mountains stood silent and steadfast, witnesses to her silent resolve. "Thank you, Yuki-san," she whispered, gratitude and newfound strength mingling in her voice. Together they stood as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the world in twilight's gentle embrace. The lanterns swayed overhead like luminous dreams, tethered to the night sky, their gentle glow casting ephemeral shadows on the ground below. Akiko stood amidst the festival's vibrant tapestry, her heart a delicate balance of joy and sorrow. Around her, the village pulsed with life, the laughter and music weaving a melody that touched the soul. Sakura danced around her, a whirlwind, of youthful exuberance. "Akiko-san, join us," she called, her voice as bright as the myriad stars above. "The world is alive tonight." Akiko hesitated, her feet rooted in memories as though the earth itself held her fast. I'm not sure, Sakura-chan," she replied softly, her gaze drifting to the horizon where past and present wove into a seamless tapestry. The festival crescendoed in a symphony of colors and sounds, and amidst the chaos, Akiko felt a lightness, a subtle shift in the air that was both soothing and strange. The lanterns above seemed to whisper to her, their flickering light reminiscent of Hiroshi's eyes, his smile, warm, inviting. Closing her eyes, Akiko allowed herself to be swept away by the music. In that fleeting darkness, she saw Hiroshi's face, his laughter echoing in her heart. "Hiroshi," she murmured, the name a tender caress on her lips. When she opened her eyes, the starry sky greeted her, vast and unyielding, a testament to the distance between the living and the departed. A moment of silence wrapped around her, holding the echoes of her unspoken longing. She clutched the silk kimono in her hands, the fabric cool and smooth, a tangible link to a world where Hiroshi's touch was not a memory, but a reality. The weight of it was comforting, a reminder that love, once given, never truly fades. Sakura twirled nearby, her movements as fluid as the river that bordered the village. "Do you see, Akiko-san? The stars dance with us tonight," she said, her voice a balm that soothed the fractures in Akiko's heart. A soft smile curved Akiko's lips, her resolve both strengthened and tender. "Yes, Sakura-chan, I see," she answered, her words a bridge between what was and what might yet be. The festival swirled around her, a kaleidoscope of hope and memory, and Akiko, for a brief, shining moment, felt the boundaries between her grief and the world dissolve. The night embraced her as she embraced the dance, stepping forward into the rhythm of the living, each movement a step toward the light. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silver glow upon the village, its light dancing softly on the river's surface. Akiko stood at the riverbank, her heart a gentle storm of grief and hope. The river's murmur harmonized with her pulse, a reminder of the endless flow of time. Yuki appeared beside her, his robes whispering like the breeze as he approached, his presence serene, yet commanding in its quietude. "The cherry blossoms," Yuki began, his voice carrying the weight of ages, "fall not in despair, but as part of their journey." His words lingered in the air, each syllable a gentle embrace. Akiko turned to him, her eyes meeting his, seeking solace in their depths. "They return each spring," she replied softly, her voice a delicate thread woven into the night. "Yet their beauty is fleeting." Her fingers traced the hem of her kimono, the silk a reminder of her own fragility. "They remind us," Yuki continued, his gaze steady, "that life is precious because it is impermanent." He knelt by the river, scooping a handful of water, letting it drip through his fingers. "Even the river changes with time, Akiko-san, yet it flows on, forever, renewed." Akiko watched the water, her reflection fragmented by the ripples. "And what of love, Yuki-san?" Must it, too, vanish like the blossoms? Her voice quivered, the question a tender wound. Love, like the river, finds new paths, Yuki replied, his tone a balm for her aching spirit. He placed a hand gently on her shoulder. It does not end, but transforms, carrying us forward. Akiko felt the weight of his words settle within her, a seed waiting to bloom. She turned back to the river, her heart opening to its eternal whispers. I want to believe that, Yuki-san, she whispered, her voice mingling with the night air. But how can I let go of what was? Yuki smiled, his warmth like the sun breaking over a winter horizon. By holding on to what is and trusting in the journey, Akiko-san. A tear slipped from Akiko's eye, a single drop of moonlight on her cheek. She let it fall, merging with the river, a symbol of release. I will try, she said, her voice imbued with newfound strength. Together they stood, the river's song a hymn of renewal. The moon watched over them, a silent witness to Akiko's awakening. As the night deepened, she felt the tightness in her chest begin to unravel, each breath a step closer to acceptance, each heartbeat a promise to embrace the beauty of her unfolding path. Akiko finds herself beneath an endless canopy of cherry blossoms, their petals swirling in a gentle breeze that sings of forgotten dreams. The ground is a carpet of pink and white, the air heavy with the scent of nostalgia. She walks slowly, each step a whisper of days gone by, her heart attuned to the murmurs of the flowers. Hiroshi appears before her, as if conjured by the wind. His form shimmers, the edges of his being blurred like a memory struggling to remain vivid. His smile is warm, a beacon in the vast field of blooms. Akiko, he calls, his voice a melody she has longed to hear. The blossoms, they teach us to embrace each moment, don't they? She nods, her eyes filled with the bittersweet beauty of the vision before her. I've missed you, Hiroshi. The world feels empty without you. His laughter, soft and soothing, dances through the air. I am always with you, in every breath you take, in every petal that falls. He reaches out, his hand grazing hers with a touch so tender it steals her breath away. But how do I move forward? Her question hangs in the air, fragile as the blossoms that drift around them. Live, Akiko. Love as the blossoms do, he replies, his form beginning to fade like morning mist under the rising sun. Let go of the sorrow, and hold on to the joy. Tears pool in her eyes, yet a warmth spreads through her chest, each word a balm to her aching heart. I will try, Hiroshi. For you, I will. The dreamscape shifts, the light changing, the cherry blossoms swirling faster as if urging her onward. Hiroshi's presence dwindles, becoming one with the shimmering petals. Remember me, not with tears, but with the laughter we shared. She reaches out, as if to hold on to him a moment longer, but there is only the memory of his touch, the echo of his words. I promise, she breathes, and the world around her brightens, the dawn breaking through the veil of night. As she awakens, the echoes of the dream linger, a soothing mantra in her mind. She inhales deeply, the sense of morning mingling with the peace settled in her heart. With Hiroshi's words etched into her soul, she rises, ready to greet the day with newfound courage. A step toward living as the blossoms do, ephemeral, yet eternally beautiful. The village awakens with the tender kiss of dawn, a golden thread woven through the tapestry of day. Akiko stands in the heart of the cherry grove, her breath mingling with the crisp morning air. Her fingertips, delicate as the petals they caress, trace the stories woven into each blossom. Do you feel it, Taro-san? Akiko's voice is soft, a whisper barely carried by the breeze. The promise of something new, something untouched by sorrow. Taro, standing beside her, nods, the lines on his face softened by the gentle light. The world is ever changing, Akiko-chan. Even in grief, there is rebirth. The blossoms teach us this. She closes her eyes, letting the scent of the flowers envelop her, a fragrant reminder of life's ephemeral beauty. I hear Hiroshi's laughter in the rustle of the leaves, as if he's here, as if he never left. A warm smile creases Taro's lips. He lives on in your heart, in your memories, and in the love that flows through these trees. Akiko opens her eyes, gazing at the sky where swallows dance, their flight a joyous symphony against the blue expanse. I will remember, Hiroshi, she murmurs, her voice carried on the wind like a secret shared with the universe. With a deep breath, she turns to Taro, her expression a blend of sorrow and newfound hope. Thank you, Taro-san, for reminding me of the seasons, for showing me that life is both fleeting and eternal. Taro's eyes twinkle with wisdom. It is you who have taught us, Akiko-chan. Your weaving, like your spirit, is a tapestry of love and loss, a gift to the village, a reminder that we are never alone. Together, they walk along the path, the petals falling like gentle rain around them. Akiko's steps are light, her heart, a melody that echoes the song of the earth. As they reach the edge of the grove, Sakura runs to them, her laughter a bell-like chime in the tranquil morning. She presses a blossom into Akiko's hand, her eyes bright with innocence. For you, Akiko-san, Akiko, kneels, her smile radiant as she accepts the gift. Thank you, Sakura-chan. You are my reminder of what is good and true. The child giggles, the sound filling the air with a kind of magic. The blossoms are so pretty, just like your kimonos. Akiko stands, her heart full. Yes, they are, aren't they? Both are woven with love. As the sun climbs higher, painting the sky with hues of promise, Akiko breathes deeply, embracing both the joy and the sorrow of her journey, ready to step forward into the new season. Akiko stands in the dim light of early morning, her hands clutching the bundle of kimonos close to her chest. The path to the shrine is quiet, save for the soft rustle of leaves underfoot and the distant call of a lone bird greeting the dawn. She pauses for a moment, gazing at the sky, its colors shifting from night to day, and draws a deep breath. Her resolve strengthens with each step forward. Taro is waiting at the shrine, his figure bathed in the soft glow of the rising sun, a guardian of both past and present. His eyes meet hers, filled with a gentle understanding that transcends words. Akiko-chan, he says softly, inclining his head, you carry the weight of many seasons. I do, she replies, her voice steady yet laced with the echoes of unspoken emotion. These kimonos, each thread holds a piece of my heart. She steps forward, laying them reverently upon the altar, their colors vibrant against the aged wood. Taro watches her, his expression serene. In releasing them, he murmurs, do you find peace? Akiko hesitates, her fingers brushing the silk one last time. I hope to, she admits, her voice barely more than a whisper. Hiroshi would want me to find joy, even amidst absence. The old man nods, his gaze unwavering. Then let this act be both an ending and a beginning, he says. He gestures to the small brazier set beside the altar, its coals glowing softly, a beacon in the hush of morning. With trembling hands, Akiko takes a burning stick from Taro and touches it to the edge of the first kimono. The fabric catches slowly, the flames licking at the silk with a hungry grace. She watches, her heart a tumult of love and loss, as each kimono is consumed in turn, the colors blending into the fire, a dance of memory and release. The smoke, Taro observes quietly, carries our stories to the stars, to those we have loved and lost. Akiko nods, her eyes following the tendrils of smoke as they rise into the sky, each wisp a testament to her journey. "May it reach Hiroshi," she says, her voice steady now, buoyed by the act of surrender. The last embers flicker and fade, leaving only the gentle warmth of the fire's remnants. Taro places a hand on her shoulder, a silent tribute to her courage. "It is time," he says again, his words a soft anchor in the shifting tide of emotions. Akiko looks up, her eyes reflecting the dawning light. "Thank you, Taro-san," she breathes, her heart lighter for having shared this moment. Together, they turn towards the village, the path ahead illuminated by the first full light of day. Akiko kneels before the shrine, the kimonos folded gently, in her arms, each fabric a testament to the life she shared with Hiroshi. The evening air is crisp, carrying the scent of pine and the distant echoes of the festival's laughter. Taro stands beside her, his presence a steady anchor amidst the swirling emotions. She glances at him, seeking reassurance in his weathered gaze. "It is time," Taro murmurs, his voice low, imbued with the solemnity of the moment. The soft glow of lanterns dances across his face, etching lines of wisdom into the shadows. Akiko nods, her fingers tracing the delicate patterns of the first kimono, the silk cool against her skin. "I wish he could see them. See how beautiful they've become," she whispers, her voice carrying a tremor of both pride and sorrow. "He sees," Taro replies with certainty, his eyes reflecting the flickering flames. "Every thread, every color. They speak of your love, your journey." With a deep breath, Akiko rises, cradling the kimonos as if holding fragments of her heart. She steps forward, the world around her falling into a reverent hush. Her movements are deliberate, each step a farewell to the past, a step towards embracing the unknown. As she sets the first kimono into the fire, the flames leap eagerly, consuming the fabric with a gentle roar. The colors, crimson, azure, ivory, flare brilliantly, a final, vivid bloom before fading into ash. "Goodbye," Akiko breathes, her voice carried on the wind, a whispered promise to the spirits that linger in the night air. Taro watches, his heart heavy with understanding. "In this, you honor him," he says softly, his words a balm for her aching spirit. "In letting go, you hold him close." The fire crackles, its warmth a comfort against the gathering chill. Akiko sets another kimono alight, the flames reflecting. In her eyes, a mirror of the shifting landscape of her soul. Each piece of cloth vanishes into the night, their essence rising with the smoke, entwining with the stars. A bridge between worlds, a dance of memory and light. As the last ember fades, Akiko remains still, her heart a quiet storm of emotion. She feels Hiroshi's presence, a gentle caress that leaves her with an unbroken sense of connection, a love that transcends the boundaries of life and death. Finally, she turns to Taro, her eyes glistening with unshed tears, yet bright with newfound resolve. "Thank you," she says, her voice steady, filled with gratitude for the path she has chosen, the journey she now embraces. Taro nods, his smile a reflection of the strength he sees in her. "You are never alone," he assures, his words a promise that echoes through the night, weaving a new tapestry of hope and healing. The village gathers silently, a serene congregation beneath the vast tapestry of stars. Akiko stands by the shrine, the warmth of the dying embers still dancing in her heart. Her eyes are drawn to the heavens, where smoke and stars weave a silent melody of farewell. "Akiko-san," Sakura's voice, small and earnest, breaks through the quiet. The child approaches, her tiny feet whispering against the earth. "Does it hurt to let go?" Akiko kneels, drawing Sakura close, their breaths mingling in the cool night air. "It does," she admits, her voice a gentle echo of the truth. "But sometimes, letting go allows our hearts to find new paths." Sakura nods, her gaze wide and understanding beyond her years. The elders of the village, Taro among them, stand in a circle, their faces a constellation of shared history and loss. Taro's eyes meet Akiko's, a silent acknowledgement of her journey. He steps forward, his presence solid and reassuring. "You have honored him well, Akiko-chan," Taro murmurs, his hands clasped before him. "In your grief, you've shown us the beauty of remembrance." Akiko bows her head, gratitude mingling with the soft ache of parting. "I feared I would forget him," she confesses, her voice a fragile thread. Taro smiles, a sage warmth in his expression. The heart remembers what it cherishes. It carries the stories we weave and the love we hold dear. Yuki, watching from the shadows, steps into the moonlight, his presence a steady calm. He approaches, his robes whispering secrets of ancient wisdom. "Life is a cycle of holding and releasing," he says, his voice a gentle stream. "We are all threads in the loom of time." Akiko turns to him, her eyes reflecting the flicker of the fading fire. "Thank you, Yuki-san, for guiding me." Yuki bows, a gesture of mutual respect. "What is you who have shown us the way, the courage to release and to embrace anew." The villagers, a chorus of silent support, move closer, their collective presence a tapestry of shared strength. Sakura slips her hand into Akiko's, her touch a balm to the weariness of the heart. "We won't forget, Akiko-san," Sakura whispers, her words a promise. Together, they stand beneath the cherry trees, their branches intertwined like the lives they hold. The night breathes with them, a quiet witness to their unspoken vows. The cycle of life and death, a delicate dance, binds them all in its gentle embrace. Akiko walks among the cherry blossoms, the world around her humming with the gentle symphony of renewal. The petals fall like soft whispers, each touch a reminder of her journey. Taro approaches, his footsteps as quiet as the breeze. "The blossoms are beautiful this year, Akiko-chan," he says, his voice carrying the warmth of spring itself. Akiko pauses, her fingers grazing a branch laden with flowers. "They remind me of Hiroshi and the love that endures," she replies, her eyes reflecting both the past and the present. Taro nods, the wisdom in his gaze unwavering. "It is said that love transcends even the distance between worlds." She smiles, a soft curve of understanding. "Yes, I feel him here, in the wind, in the blossoms," she murmurs, the gentle rustle of petals echoing her resolve. Together they walk to the village shrine, where lanterns sway in the breeze, their glow a testament to the light within dark moments. As they reach the shrine, Sakura runs up, her laughter a cascade of joy. "Akiko-san, the blossoms are dancing!" she exclaims, her small hands reaching for the falling petals. Akiko kneels, her heart lightened by the child's exuberance. They dance because they are free, just like us. Sakura's eyes widen with wonder. "Will they come back next year?" she asks, her voice a hopeful melody. Akiko nods, brushing a petal from Sakura's hair. "Yes, and so will we," renewed and ready to embrace the cycle once more. Yuki approaches, his presence calm and grounding. "The journey has brought you here, to this moment," he observes, his words a gentle caress against the backdrop of nature's song. Akiko turns to him, gratitude shining in her eyes. "Thank you for guiding me." Yuki bows slightly, the gesture steeped in reverence. "It was your heart that found the path. I merely pointed the way." He steps back, allowing Akiko to take in the scene before her. The village, the blossoms, the life that pulsates within every breath. Akiko breathes deeply, the fragrance of the blossoms filling her senses. She stands tall, her spirit tethered to both earth and sky. I will honor Hiroshi. With every step I take, she vows, her voice a thread woven into the tapestry of life. The village, bathed in the soft light of a new season, comes alive with possibility. Akiko embraces the moment, her heart a vessel of both joy and sorrow, ready to continue her journey beneath the ever-blooming cherry trees. The village is alive with the music of spring, a gentle chorus that weaves through the air. Akiko stands beneath the cherry trees, a kimono of soft pink silk draped over her shoulders, its hue echoing the blossoms around her. She closes her eyes, letting the breeze kiss her face, her heart open to the world once more. Taro approaches, his footsteps barely a whisper on the soft earth. The blossoms are especially beautiful this year, aren't they, Akiko-chan? She turns to him, a serene smile touching her lips. They are, as if each petal holds a promise of new beginnings. Taro nods, his gaze tender. And what promises does your heart hold now? Akiko looks to the horizon where the mountains stand eternal, their peaks brushing the sky. To live fully, to embrace each moment as it comes. Hiroshi would have wanted that. Ah, the wisdom of love, Taro says, the weight of years giving depth to his words. It teaches us to cherish the fleeting, to find joy even in the shadows. Akiko laughs softly, a sound like wind through chimes. You've always known the secrets of the heart, Taro-san. Only because I listen, he replies, his eyes twinkling with quiet humor. Yuki joins them, his presence a calming river. He bows slightly, a smile playing on his lips. The cherry blossoms seem to have performed their magic on you, Akiko. She returns his smile, a gentle warmth blooming within her. They showed me a path. One I was afraid to walk before. Sakura runs up, her laughter trailing behind her like a dance. Akiko-san, come see, the village has prepared something special for you. Intrigued, Akiko follows the young girl, her steps light with curiosity. As they reach the village center, lanterns hang from every branch, their glow a soft tribute to the night sky above. This is for you, Sakura declares, her eyes wide with excitement. Akiko's breath catches, the sight a tapestry of love and community. For me? Yuki steps forward, his voice gentle. To honor Hiroshi and to celebrate your journey, we wanted you to know you're never alone. Tears glisten in Akiko's eyes, not of sadness, but of gratitude. Thank you, all of you. I feel Hiroshi's smile among us. Sakura tugs at Akiko's sleeve, pointing to a cluster of blossoms swaying in the breeze. Dance with us, Akiko-san. She hesitates for just a moment, then releases a breath, stepping into the circle of lanterns. The music swells, a melody of hope and renewal. As she sways among them, surrounded by friends and the whisper of petals, Akiko feels Hiroshi's spirit dance with her, his presence a gentle echo of the love that endures. The morning mist lingers, like a gentle veil over the village as Akiko walks slowly along the path, her steps deliberate and her heart lightened. The cherry blossoms sway in a gentle breeze, their petals descending like gentle whispers from the heavens. She pauses beneath a towering tree, her hand reaching to catch a falling blossom. The world around her hums with a quiet vitality, a reminder of the beauty in every breath. Akiko-san, a voice calls out softly, and she turns to see Sakura running toward her, her face alight with youthful exuberance. The blossoms are so beautiful today, just like your kimonos. Akiko smiles, the compliment warming her heart. Thank you, Sakura-chan. Would you like to walk with me? Sakura nods eagerly, slipping her small hand into Akiko's. Together, they wander past the rows of flowering trees, the village just starting to stir from its slumber. Akiko feels the innocence of Sakura's presence, a balm to her lingering sorrow, and she can't help but feel grateful for this newfound peace. Akiko-san. Do you think the cherry blossoms know when they must fall? Sakura asks, her eyes wide with curiosity. Akiko pauses, looking up at the canopy of pink and white. Perhaps, Sakura-chan. Perhaps they trust that their journey is part of something greater, that falling is not an end, but a beginning. Sakura ponders this, skipping ahead as if testing the idea with her youthful spirit. And what about you, Akiko-san? Do you feel like the blossoms? A soft chuckle escapes Akiko, the sound mingling with the rustle of leaves. In many ways, I do. I've learned to let go, to embrace the change and cherish the memories. Just like the blossoms, I've found a new beginning. As they continue their walk, they pass by Taro, who stands beside the path, his eyes twinkling with understanding. Ah, Akiko-chan, the village feels brighter today, doesn't it? Yes, Taro-san. It truly does, Akiko replies, her voice carrying a note of contentment. And I owe so much of that to this place, to the people who have shown me the way. Taro nods, his expression one of quiet pride. The seasons change, but the bonds we share remain. You've woven a new tapestry, Akiko-chan, one that will last. Akiko nods, feeling the truth of his words resonate within her. Together, they stand in the embrace of the cherry trees, the petals falling around them in a gentle dance, a testament to the cycle of life, love, and rebirth. The gentle breeze carried whispers of the past through the cherry blossoms, their petals fluttering like delicate confessions in the spring air. Akiko stood within the grove, a serene figure, amidst nature's dance, her fingers grazing the soft blooms. Her heart, once heavy with sorrow, beat with newfound rhythms of acceptance and hope. Akiko-san, Sakura's voice chimed like a bell, her footsteps light upon the ground. Do you see how they bloom? Just like you said they would. Akiko smiled, her eyes tracing the petals as they cascaded gracefully to the earth. Yes, Sakura-chan, they are a promise fulfilled. Sakura twirled beneath the branches, her laughter weaving through the rustling leaves. Are you happy now, Akiko-san? A pause lingered in the air as Akiko considered the question, her heart reaching across the tapestry of memories. I am at peace, she replied, a warmth in her voice that echoed the promise of renewal. There is beauty in remembering and in letting go. Yuki approached, his presence as calm as the river's flow beside them. The seasons teach us, Akiko-san, said, his hands clasped in contemplation, not only of change but of continuity. Where there is an end, there is always a beginning. She nodded, her gaze meeting Yuki's with quiet understanding. Hiroshi taught me that, too. His love, it was like the cherry blossoms, fleeting yet eternal. Yuki's eyes softened with shared wisdom. And now that love lives in you, shaping the world anew with every breath. Akiko turned back to the trees, her heart swelling with gratitude for the paths woven in her journey. I will cherish each moment, each memory, for they are the threads of my life. Sakura, her eyes bright with youthful wonder, reached for Akiko's hand, her touch a gentle promise of the future. We will dance under these trees every spring, she declared, her voice a song of tomorrow. Yes, Akiko whispered, the word a vow carried on the wind. We will dance and remember. Always. The village, vibrant and alive, stretched before them, a canvas painted with the hues of a life's endless cycle. Akiko felt the pulse of the earth beneath her feet, the heartbeat of a world renewed and reborn. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a glow over the blossomed landscape, Akiko and her companions stood together, embraced by the eternal rhythm of existence. The cherry blossoms swayed in the twilight, their petals a testament to the joys and sorrows that colored their lives, a timeless dance beneath the sky's infinite expanse. The morning sun glimmers through the canopy of cherry blossoms, casting a patchwork of light and shadow on the village paths. Akiko walks with deliberate grace, her footsteps soft yet resolute upon the earth. Each step a declaration, a promise to the world she now sees in brilliant hues of hope. Akiko-san. Sakura's voice, bright as the morning itself, echoes through the grove, her small form darting between the trees. Akiko turns, her face illuminated by a quiet joy. "Yes, Sakura," she replies, her voice a gentle ripple. "Will you tell me about the blossoms again?" The child's eyes are wide, full of wonder and the unending curiosity of youth. Akiko kneels, her fingers brushing the petals that flutter in the breeze. "The blossoms," she begins, her voice weaving the tale. "They remind us that life is beautiful and fleeting. They dance in the wind, sharing their beauty before they fall, only to return again next spring." Sakura nods, her fingers reaching out to catch a falling petal. "Like a dance, Akiko-san? A dance that never ends?" "Exactly." Akiko smiles, the warmth of understanding shared. Nearby, Yuki approaches, his robes rustling softly, his presence a constant whisper of serenity. "The path we walk, Akiko," he remarks, his tone thoughtful, "it is ever changing, yet filled with endless possibilities." Akiko rises, meeting his gaze with newfound clarity. "Yes, Yuki-san, I see that now. Each season, each moment, a chance to begin anew." Yuki nods, his smile both a benediction and a shared secret of the universe. The river flows onward, just as we do. Together, they watch as the villagers move through their day, their lives intertwined with the rhythm of the earth and sky. Akiko feels a kinship with them all, a tapestry of souls connected by threads of shared experience. Sakura's laughter, pure and unrestrained, fills the air. "Akiko-san, let us dance like the blossoms." Akiko extends her hand, a gesture of acceptance and joy. "Yes, Sakura, let us dance." As they twirl beneath the cherry trees, the petals swirl around them like a gentle storm, a celebration of life and renewal. Akiko feels Hiroshi's presence, not as a shadow of the past, but as a part of every breath, every heartbeat. In this moment, the world feels both vast and intimate, each blossom a reminder of love's enduring nature. Akiko breathes deeply, her spirit light and unburdened, her heart open to the endless dance of life. Akiko stood beneath the cherry blossoms, their petals falling like whispers from the heavens. She traced the path along the riverbank with deliberate steps, each movement a dance with the earth. Her heart, once heavy with longing, now beat with the rhythm of acceptance. Beside her, Sakura skipped, her laughter twinkling like the stars. "Akiko-san, do you know why the cherry blossoms fall?" the girl asked, her eyes wide with wonder. "They fall to remind us of life's fleeting beauty," Akiko replied softly, her voice a gentle breeze. "And to teach us that every ending is also a beginning." Sakura twirled, her dress a blur of color against the pastel landscape. "I think they're like happy tears from the sky," she declared, her innocence a balm to Akiko's soul. They walked further, the river's murmur a constant companion. The village lay behind them, a tapestry of memories and hopes woven into each dwelling. Yuki appeared on the path ahead, his form as serene as the morning mist. "The river, it flows with such grace," he observed, extending a hand to touch the cool water. "It reminds me of you, Akiko, a strength that bends but never breaks." "Thank you, Yuki-san," Akiko said, her gaze meeting his. "The river, it carries The past, but it never stops moving forward. She paused, her fingers brushing the petals that danced on the breeze. I am learning to do the same. Yuki nodded, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of ages. There is peace in letting go, he said softly, and courage in cherishing the journey. Together, they resumed their walk, Sakura's chatter weaving through their shared silence. "Will you tell me about Hiroshi-san?" the girl asked, her curiosity unbidden. Akiko smiled, her heart a tapestry of happiness and sorrow entwined. "He was a dreamer," she began, her words a gentle cascade. "He saw the world not just as it was, but as it could be. His laughter was like the first notes of spring. As they walked, the sunlight danced through the branches, casting playful shadows on the ground. And now, I carry his dreams within me," Akiko continued, her voice steady. "I honor him by living fully, by finding joy in each fleeting moment." The river sang its timeless song, a lullaby of renewal and hope. They paused, watching as the petals drifted downstream, a reminder of life's transience. Sakura squeezed Akiko's hand, her small warmth a promise of new beginnings. "Let's dance, Akiko-san," she proposed, her eyes bright with mischief. Akiko laughed, the sound a soft echo among the blossoms. "Yes, let's dance," she agreed, her heart open to the world, to the unending cycle of love